Blue Origin will launch 6 tourists to the edge of space after nearly 2-year hiatus. Blue Origin's tourism rocket is poised to launch passengers to the edge of space for the first time in nearly 2 years, ending a hiatus prompted by a failed Uncrewed test flight. The new Shepard rocket and Capsule were set to lift off during a window that opened at 8:30 a.m. CT 9:30 a.m. ET from Blue Origin's facilities on a private ranch in West Texas. The expected launch time has since shifted to 8:52 a.m. CT 9:52 a.m. ET, according to a Sunday update from Blue Origin. A live stream of the mission, called NS-25, will begin at about 8:12 a.m. CT 9:12 a.m. ET on the Jeff Bezos-founded company's website. NS-25, Blue Origin's 7th crewed flight to date, will carry 6 customers aboard the Capsule: venture capitalist Mason Angel, Sylvain Chiron, founder of the French craft brewery Brasserie Mont Blanc, software engineer and entrepreneur Kenneth L. Hess, retired accountant Carol Schuller, aviator Gopi Thodakura, and Ed Dwight, a retired U.S. Air Force captain selected by President John F. Kennedy in 1961 to be the nation's first black astronaut candidate. Despite completing training at the Aerospace Research Pilot School and receiving an Air Force recommendation, Dwight ultimately didn't make the NASA astronaut corps. "I had no intention of being an astronaut. That was the last thing on my bucket list," Dwight said in the documentary. "But once I was given the challenge, then everything changes." Dwight will be completing that challenge and reaching the edge of space at the age of 90, making him the oldest person to venture to such heights, according to a spokesperson from Blue Origin. During the mission, the crew will soar to more than 3 times the speed of sound, or more than 2,000 miles per hour. The rocket will vault the Capsule past the Kármán line, an area 62 miles 100 kilometers above Earth's surface that is widely recognized as the altitude at which outer space begins, but there's a lot of gray area. And at the peak of the flight, passengers will experience a few minutes of weightlessness and striking views of Earth through the cabin windows. The launch follows the success of an uncrewed science mission in December, the new Shepard program's first flight since the mishap more than a year earlier. New Shepard's 2020 to failure. A new Shepard rocket and spacecraft were set to launch a batch of science instruments on September 12, 2022, but 1 minute into flight, the rocket endured max Q, an aerospace term that refers to a moment of maximum stress on a vehicle. It occurs when the rocket is at a relatively low altitude, where the atmosphere is still fairly thick, but the spacecraft is moving at high speeds, creating a moment of intense pressure on the vehicle. Around that time, the rocket appeared to emit a massive burst of flames. The new Shepard capsule, which rides atop the rocket, then initiated its launch abort system, firing up a small engine to blast itself safely away from the malfunctioning rocket. That system worked as intended, parachuting the capsule to a safe landing. Blue Origin later revealed that the cause of the failure was a problem with the engine nozzle, a large cone that directs the flaming exhaust at the rocket's bottom.